Hey guys, and welcome back to Let's Talk Disney. So today we're going to talk about a very crucial part to any Disney planning, which is saving for your Disney trip. Now this could mean saving before you go, this could mean saving while you're there. It's just saving so you have money to spend while you're there and saving so you can go on more Disney vacations. So, let's talk Disney. Now first I'm going to talk about some things that I personally have been doing to save up for this Disney vacation. Now as far as the actual vacation part of it, it's already paid off by my parents, it's a graduation gift, and this is more just me saving so I can spend in Disney. So the first thing I do is anytime I get a check, which I get paid bi-weekly, I take part of that check and put it away. Now, I'm going on 2 vacations this year, so I need to save for both. So depending on how much my check is, I'll take maybe $25 for Disney, $25 for my other vacation, and put that away in an envelope. So that way you're just saving little bits as you go, so it's not like your trip comes and you suddenly don't have any money to spend. So you're putting that aside. The second thing I do is I always notice that for some odd reason my checks always end in like high amounts of change. It's always like 98 cents or 70 some cents. So instead of sticking that in my purse and weighing down my wallet and my purse, I stick it in my piggy bank. So I started really putting away change probably about 2 or 3 months ago, and I've already saved about $25. So if you start doing that, you can save a lot of money. So I'm going to take it and cash it in probably a week before I go. That way I have a little extra spending money for Disney. So another thing I want to mention before I get into ways other people have saved, I just want to mention that not all things are going to work for people. I know maybe some people, depending on your circumstances, can't afford to really put back for souvenirs with every check because you might be trying to pay off the Disney vacation itself. Some people might not want to give up certain things, and that's understandable. I know there are some things on this list that I wouldn't want to give up while in Disney just to save a few dollars extra. So here is a list first of things you can do to save for your Disney vacation. So the first thing I've already mentioned, which is putting change away. So let's say you go get a coffee and your coffee is $2.50 or $2.60. Take your leftover change and put it in your piggy bank right away, and you'll notice that that'll grow actually pretty quickly. Like I said, I have gained $25 within 2 months just from putting a little bit of change in my piggy bank. And same thing with your checks. If your checks have a little bit of extra change, you can put it in your piggy bank too. So just try to save any loose change you may find or anything in a piggy bank or a coin jar. This one kind of goes along with what I just said, which is any money you may find also goes towards your vacation. So any loose change you may find, let's just say you open up your old wallet and find $20 or $20 in your pocket, just any spare change I would just put in that vacation fund. Along with that, any additional money that you don't really need to spend on anything, I just would recommend not spending it. So I know a problem for me is I like Dunkin' a lot, so I always get Dunkin' every Thursday, which is an extra $3 I'm spending every week. So I guess if I wouldn't spend that, I'd probably have a lot more money. But like I said, some things you just don't want to give up, and Dunkin' is something that I could not imagine giving up. So if there is something that you don't really feel like you need to spend, I would recommend not spending, or at least wait until you get back and see how much money you have left over to spend on that. Another way would be to eat out less. I know my family and I eat out a lot, so this is definitely a way to cut back if you're really trying to save for a Disney vacation and you need the extra cash, is maybe not eat out as much. Another is to sell your junk. So if you are like me, you have tons of junk laying around, or a closet full of clothes that you don't wear and you only wear the same shirt every week. So if that is you, I recommend going and trying to sell your stuff. You could sell it if it's clothes. I know where I live we have a Plato's Closet where they will accept clothes. So you could sell them there, you could sell them at a yard sale, or just maybe ask your friends if they would like to buy something off of you. This also could work for maybe a bake sale. You could do a bake sale or something like that just little sales to maybe get a little more cash in your wallet. Another thing you can do is check on Disney deals. Now I know Disney has an upcoming deal. I believe it starts for trips in August, I'm not sure. But basically you can get a free meal plan if you stay at certain resorts. So if you stay at a value resort, you get the first level of meal plan. If you stay at a moderate, you get the second, and it's all selected resorts. So if that's something you might be interested in, that might also determine where you stay on Disney property and if you stay on Disney property. So definitely check around Disney deals. Sometimes they cut breaks on certain resorts and certain park tickets. So definitely check that out before you book. Another really good way to save if you can is to visit Disney in its low season. Now, as I've stated before in previous videos, it's hard to find Disney not crowded at any time of the year. I mean, it's always going to be a little crowded, but there are definitely parts of the seasons that are less crowded. So if you have kids, this might be harder to take them out of school, but I know I used to go in October a lot when I was really young because my parents didn't have to take me out of school for anything because I was young, and crowds were lower, it was cheaper to go, whereas in summer, it's more expensive. So definitely think about that if you can. And certain holidays, like with holiday parties and like Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party and stuff like that, it's gonna be more expensive. So just think about that when you go to book your trip as well. One more thing that I forgot to mention is you can also do survey sites to save money. So if your job might not offer enough extra cash, survey sites are definitely a good way to go. I've been doing survey sites for maybe 2 years now, and it's really helpful. I would say overall I probably get an extra $50 or $60 every month and a half by doing these. I'll link some down below, but I use mysurvey.com and Global Test Market. I would just kind of check out different ones because you'll find that not all of them work that well. They might not pay out as well as others do, but those two work best for me. And just by having that little bit of extra cash, that can help save for a Disney vacation as well. It also doesn't take that much time to complete, so if you have a little extra time, like maybe set away an hour a day to complete these surveys, it doesn't take very long either. Now I'm going to get into some ways you can save while you're at Disney. So the first one is one that I personally don't have problem cutting out, which is soda. If you do not buy soda or the soda package, you're saving a lot of money because although it might seem like a good deal to pay for those $15 refillable mugs, it depends how much you're going to be at the resort. I know for shorter trips, you're probably going to want to be at the parks most often. If you have a lot of downtime, maybe it is worth your while. But definitely cutting out the soda and sticking to water could save you a good bit. Another is Disney gift cards. Now, Disney gift cards you can usually get at your local grocery store and things like that. And I know where we shop, you can get fuel perks. So basically, if you buy certain things, you get money back towards your fuel. So if you buy a Disney gift card, which was money you were going to spend anyway at Disney, you can also get money back on your gas, which in the long run is saving you money. It can also be helpful if you have a budget, because if you have a budget and you're spending on gift cards and you only buy, let's say, $100 worth of gift cards, once those gift cards are gone, you're more likely, hopefully, to stop spending and know that that's your cutoff. Another way to save money is to plan a free day. There is so much to do on Disney outside of the parks, like the pools at your resort and just walking around and looking at other resorts. There's so much to do outside of the parks and things you pay for. So if you know that you're going to be there long enough to have downtime, I would recommend cutting out a park ticket and just focusing on what you can do there for free. Another is not to do the deluxe. It's all fun and stuff to do deluxe hotels, but if you are anything like me and you just want to be at Disney all the time, you can definitely extend your stay or go more times if you don't stay in a deluxe. Deluxe are really expensive, so by staying in a value, you could probably stay a few extra nights versus if you were to stay in a deluxe. So that's definitely something to think about. However, if you're planning on spending most of your time just relaxing at the resort, maybe a deluxe is better for you. I think it just depends on what your plans are for staying at the resort, because the deluxe might be better if, like I said, you are staying at the resort more. Another one is one that I can't really see myself doing, but I know that there are people out there that do this, and I think it's great, if this works for you, which is cutting out souvenirs. Now, I love to buy everything Disney. Clothes, stuffed animals, tsum-tsums, whatever it may be. I love to buy things to commemorate my Disney vacation. However, if you cut out all these souvenirs, or most of the souvenirs, you can probably afford another Disney vacation or to extend your stay. So if souvenirs is something that you're not really worried about, then I would recommend just cutting them out and really just focusing on staying and making memories. So, I mean, you can always use things like pictures, and that doesn't mean that you can't buy something. It just means not splurging completely. So overall, there are so many ways that you can save for a Disney trip as well as while you're at Disney. There are things you can cut out, and there are things you can do to just limit your spending. So I hope this helped you in figuring out ways to save. I will see you guys next time. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And that's it for today. Bye.